When starting war in Ukraine, I go with my family in Europe, and also I can sign contract with Poland club, but in last day I'm also alone, and my club in Ukraine not one options, not не договорились.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was an offer from one Polish club
Yeah,
for
yeah,
him,
yeah.
but at the end, his club didn't find an agreement with that Polish club.
After I go in Iceland, I play in Iceland 2 months, and before my agent say have one club in India, I say okay, you speak with this club, and because in Ukraine war, I don't want go in Ukraine because not safe. Also, I want my family stay in safe place. And we speak with Kerala Blasters 3 or 4 months every time, but also I'm not free player, and I'm all details with Kerala Blasters say okay, but need speak with my club, and my club don't want. My club want I go in Ukraine and play in Ukraine club, but I say I not go because war and my family no safe. And in last 10 days we signed contract with Kerala Blasters.
Last week, the coach said that it would be almost impossible to sign you permanently due to the finance things. So he also stated that any possibilities of keeping you at Kerala Blasters lies in your preference and desire. So do you see a future for yourself in Kerala Blasters beyond this season?
It's difficult questions because I'm not free. If I'm free, I say yes, but I'm not free. If clubs need speak with my club Ukraine after speak with me, because if I want, I want, but my club say want money. It's not less money. They want big money for me. But I'm happy here. I want to continue playing in this club.
And it's all about the club.
Yeah.
Hi coach.
Hello.
Mumbai City are unbeaten in the season until now. So would you say that if there is one team to beat them, it is Kerala Blasters?
Well, not per se, because this league is, like we said many times, very unpredictable. So from nowhere, anybody can beat anybody, and anything's possible in this league. This is my personal experience from last season and from this season as well. So I think every evening, even when we are watching games on TV, and sometimes when you predict and say that one team will win easily, that's not the case. We always see difficult games, we always see that the teams can suffer a lot. Even speaking about the fact when you're playing certain games, saying that when everybody thinks, okay, this team will win easily because they play at home, no, it's not the case. In this league, you always must be 100% prepared and ready if you want to get the points. So now maybe we are both coming from this, let's say, positive flow. We have games behind our back with victories and positive points, let's say, collecting points. So again, I think in this league, like any other game, anything's possible.
Adding to that, what would you say that the extra ingredient that required to beat a strong team like Mumbai?
Well, I must be honest, as a coach, I like to play these kind of games. Even a long time ago as a player, I prefer to play these kind of games because these moments and these kind of games, they push you to show your best level. Because when you compete against the best teams, you want to be the best. So this is how it goes. And this is actually the game where the players will not lack of motivation, will not lack of power, energy, fighting in a duel. So this kind of game is like something special for all the players, for all the coaches, and we must all enjoy and be happy to have this chance to play this game now.
Of course, last two matches were against Odisha and Jamshedpur was kind of a a more fighting, more physical game compared to Mumbai City is a team who is like to keep the balls in their feet and like to move all the pitch. And they have a good Indian squad also. Lalin Salasangri scored pretty good 2 goals last match and an assist also. So how's the plan to face them? So different between Odisha and Jamshedpur, they are a team who's like to keep the balls.
Well, in this league, you know also better than me that there are clubs like our next opponent who every year can go around the league and buy anything they want. So they also tend to have a very good group of domestic players, national team players with quality. They have collective and individual quality, especially speaking about foreigners. So these guys, they can always make difference. Sometimes when you play and face those teams, sometimes they allow you to play, but when they have the ball as well, they can create danger anytime they want. So in that case, facing those teams, you have to be defensively on top, not to allow them space, not to allow them possibilities to harm you in these individual actions. Then when you are in ball possession, you have to try to explore and use the space that you have, try to be quick in your decision-making moments, keeping the ball with the pace, moving around and trying to compete against them. That's football. And then hoping that the chances you create or the moments you have that you can, let's say, silver them and score the goals. Of course, we must always know this is the team who scored the most goals this season. They have good positive flow, they're consistent work. They are one of the best teams of the league so far.
Of course, our player Sandeep Singh is suspended for a match. So you are saying about the luxurious program of selecting the players. So are you happy with the backup options that you have in that position?
Yes, I'm happy with our squad. So, like I said a couple of times, whoever is not there due to suspension, whatever it is, we'll have somebody else who will jump in and do the job. This is how it goes in football actually. Even last year I remember a couple of games where we had to play some games with the whole new defense line or whoever was there. I remember also in the semi-finals or finals we had players who were not that consistent during the season and they did the job. So they know what they have to do on the pitch. That's also the possibility for them to show their quality. So whoever is not there, so we have to do it without him.
Of course, when Mumbai City came here for the home match against us, so the result was against us, but the second half was pretty impressive compared to the first half. So is the plan the same to face them like the second half is to play like?
If you look back to the league, it was a long time ago, and we were in a period where actually we were recognizing many new things within our squad, many new faces, trying to fit in. It was in the beginning, I think, third or fourth game of the season, and so actually there were many new things, that many new players who we were trying to find the new patterns, how they adapt to each other, and this was something new for us. So I'm also glad to have this kind of period because that period shows you many things that you have to work on, and now it's completely other situation. It's completely different story. We are in the second part of the season. The players, they are used to each other, they are used to the competition, not only us, but them as well, any other team. So I think it will be a different game, it will be a tough game, both teams who want to go and collect the points. So as I always say, hope to have a good game and let the better team wins.
Coach, will Vanya directly get into the lineup after the suspension despite the performance of Abbas against Jamshedpur?
Or in place of Sandeep?
Yeah.
No, but actually, like I just said, I'm happy that we have that extra quality. Vanya as a player, as a human being, is something that we didn't have last year, especially in central midfield. So even I remember before the season when we were speaking about it, I was telling that he will bring something extra. So it's an extra option. It's an extra option that as a coach you can use I'm also happy that Janu also after one period he's back strong on the pitch, and that we as a coaching staff we can use several options. So we have one more training today, one more tomorrow. We'll try to get best out of it and find the correct option. So we'll see to that.
Is there any injury concerns, coach?
No, no. So far we only have one suspension. That's Sandeep Singh. All the other guys they're available for tomorrow's game. For Sunday's game.
Yeah, hi.
Welcome.
You played award. Actually, the league is our season is going to the final leg. So, what are the factors make you happy as a coach?
Well, if I look back to the start, I'd say I would not change anything, because any moment. So actually, the fact that we are sitting today here in this situation, that's thanks to these circumstances, and this is a normal path through one season where you have to experience all possible angles of, let's say, of your square, where you have to feel kind of winning game, losing game, being in difficult situations, trying to find the answers for many questions. And then, you know, of course, it's the most important feeling and the best feeling when you win, when you're in a positive flow. On the other side, of course, as a squad, as a collective sport, there are always things that you have to work on. And, you know, our last year's experience tells us that, like I said, December, first half of January are the most important part, where you have to be strong, tough, collect points in order to be on top, among the best, hoping to get in playoffs. Because again, looking at our past of several years without participating in playoffs, now we will try to do our best to collect more points and be in the playoffs again. So as a club, it will give us more confidence and more boost for the future.
Yeah. Mumbai City is one of the strongest teams in our league. So, do you think any more improvements needed in any of the departments?
You mean in our team?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I always say that if there is anything extra or extra quality that can come, of course, it's always welcome, for sure. Then we as a club, we always know our position. We as a club, we know our possibilities. We as a club, we always try to be responsible, work within our budget. Because we are not the club who can, for example, like our next opponent or some other clubs, who can just at the end of the season sit down and say, okay, let's go and buy all the best players from the last season. Let's do that. We don't care how much we have to pay, we don't know. So they just go and buy. We are not that kind of club, because in order to become successful club, you need to respect many other details of one process. And we prefer actually to create future stars than to go and buy those stars around, because we believe in another vision. And so we have also our obligation to develop and push players from a local community, speaking about Malayali football and everything. So we have many obligations from our side as well. So as a club, we want to be responsible, and again, we have our limits. So that's why we always want to be responsible in that way, and that's we're happy when we see ourselves being among the best.
Yeah, just one more question. Will Rashmi came back to the first 11, or you will continue Dini, Giano at the front?
Oh, if you want. Хочешь играть? Yeah, but again, it's nice because he's back. You know that you have an extra option. So for him, is always. Well, actually, you could ask him if he would like to participate. I think that he is the guy who likes to play this kind of game. So we would be happy to have him among the others for the squad.
One last question from myself as well. So, does Beckham, the Mumbai head coach, has extended his contract with Mumbai City this week? So, as a head coach of rival ISL team, would you consider it as a good news or bad news for ISL and yourself?
For ISL, it's always good when you have contracts extensions of quality people, quality coaches, quality players, because again, it's the 9th season and ISL needs lots of improvement in many other ways. So when you have these possibilities to attract and attach, first of all, quality human beings, and then quality coaches with good knowledge, that's always good stuff for the whole league, for everybody. So I appreciate that fact. Coach of Mumbai is very good guy, good coach. So of course, it's always good to have good people around.
Because when we're talking about Indian football, AFF is planning to restart the Super Cup in this season. So what's your thoughts on a cup like this?
Well, seeing the fact that that cup will bring nothing but some extra games, nothing but maybe some financial gain, whatever it is, and so far it will not bring any extra space or place for some clubs to participate in Asian Champions League or Asian AFC. So I think that it will be kind of the same thing like the Duran Cup before the season for the young players who can play and get more experience and develop themselves in this kind of circumstances and competition. I think that most of, seeing the fact when it comes after the season that most of the teams will be out of motivation, most of the foreign players will be, also not used from many clubs. Many clubs will use only young players for that cup. And I think that the fact that there is the Asian Cup coming further on, that many national team players will not participate, because most probably after the season there will be one national team gathering where actually many national team players will say, why should we go now and play this Super Cup, because it brings nothing but a couple of extra games. So we want to keep ourselves and not take any risk because we want to participate in national team games. So I appreciate that fact that there are more extra games, but I think it will be more for development of maybe some youngsters, players. We still have to discuss within our club how we will solve that. I think that again, like the Duran Cup, we will go for the option to give chance to some players who didn't participate a lot maybe, or didn't play in ISL, and mostly the players from our young development program who will have that experience to go and play in that cup.
Hello.
Actually, you have a tremendous impact on our team. The coach is always having good words on you. And how do you feel playing in India?
I'm happy here. I like this league. I like this team, staff. All for me, it's here good. All training session, game, our fans, all good for me. It's for me a new challenge because new country. It's the same. In this period I'm in Ukraine, have vacation, but now I'm happy here because for me better maybe without day off, because when we have day off I feel not good after 4 days, but I'm happy here.
So, what are the major differences from Indian League and the European football? The pace, the style?
Yes, I don't know Europe League, I'm only for Ukraine League. Here, very good, very quality foreign players, but also have Indian too much good players, but have little different, have little easy mistake. But level foreign players, I think here better than now Ukraine.
Actually, we are happy that presence of players like you will help our football and our youngsters.